Like social media is such a massive thing now as well. I mean, it has been for a while, but like, how have you found like creating or using social media to like, push your band forward, either Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all of it?
So I've I found the Instagram quite good. I used to DM loads of event planners. We've got a few event planners on the books now.
Nice.
That was my biggest one. Gary Vee talked about LinkedIn a while ago. I've been DMing people on LinkedIn. I got a couple of guys through there.
Oh, nice.
But actual doing page, setting content, posting content, I despise it. It's not my bag. But we've got like another guy who's come and joined in as like a more managerial PR type person on the Alchemists coming. He's only joined in like last few months. And I think my intention is to work with the other band more and less with the Alchemists. But he spent some time just going on Facebook and just getting everyone to engage with posts and stuff. And he got like the page an extra 300, 400 likes in the case of a few days.
Yeah.
Which, having someone who knows social media to come in your band is something, I recommend it. Someone who knows what they're doing, like sort of learning it yourself.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty pants at it if I'm honest.
Yeah, I think it's like trying to find those things like maybe social media that you can outsource, like obviously stuff that you can learn yourself and you should learn, and then stuff that you can be like, okay, I can outsource that to someone else, or if I can afford it, pay it for that to be done,
Yeah, I think anything you do outsource, you should have at least some level of some knowledge.
Yeah.
Because like, how do you know if someone's doing a good job? That's the first thing I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do you outsource anything with the Penthouse?
Not really, except for agencies. That's pretty much the only thing. But that's standard, isn't it? Nah, really, it's I just do it all. Do all the social media, everything really. It's a lot of work. you know what it's like. Yeah, man. But
yeah, I mean, it's quite a blessing at the minute. I've got a fair bit of teaching work keeping me over with this corona malarkey. Like,
I think that's an important thing as well, especially like now, like the coronavirus, taking like really every freelancer. Well, I mean, every business, everything. Like, you can't fucking meet up with no one, so everything's got to be online. Like, and you can't really gig online. Like, obviously there's like live streams and stuff, but it's not the same.
A couple of my mates are doing just loads of Facebook Live videos, and just keeping being creative. Like, it's a good time. Like, are you on Pop Top?
Pop Top? No, I've never heard of it. What's that?
Just another agency site, but they do multiple suppliers, so other wedding suppliers and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They've just announced that they're going to do online entertainment.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, there's definitely a change in the market in some way. What do they say? So they're promoting online entertainment, online classes, and I think they were like doing like cocktail classes. They were just suggesting, and there was something else. Can't remember. But
cool.
I definitely do think there'll be a shift in terms of online entertainment, some way or form. I don't know how a band's going to play a role in that. Yeah,
I think things like this that happen, like massive sort of shockwaves in culture, like they do change like the way things work. This is going to happen like in some areas, and where that affects music, like kind of who knows.
Like we were booked to play the Liverpool Waterloo Festival this year. And,
nice.
They obviously cancelled it, but they've already spoke to us about doing like a live event, like a Facebook live event.
Oh, cool.
So, I mean, I imagine with all the festivals cancelling this year, there's going to be some sort of online feature.
You have this time, which is like any other time you would never have. Like, you wouldn't have this much time on your hands to practice, to, redo your website, to like put some new set lists together, some new arrangements, to learn an instrument, whatever, There's so much time.
Literally sat there on we've got one of the schools I work in, they're using Google Classroom, and I'm just like, guys, you need to be practicing. You've got all this time in the world. Like, they're like all my mates who are at uni, they're just throwing in 6, 7, 8 hours a day practice. Like,
well, that's it. When you finish uni, like I remember a lecturer told me at my university, they were like, you need to practice now because you're never going to have this time again. Little did they know, COVID-19 would be around in 2020. Give me all that time. But you don't get this time, so it's a rarity to get this time to practice and stuff. So
it's a blessing. Well, it's a blessing, not a blessing for some people, but everyone who's safe should be taking this opportunity, right?
Yeah, 100%, man. What do you think is going to happen after all this coronavirus stuff is gone? And then when we get back to like, hopefully normal sort of proceedings, do you think it's going to be an influx of gigs, or do you think it's going to be a slow
interesting.
burner?
Like I've definitely been thinking about this. So I think there will be a sort of change in terms of online. Like the way I'm teaching at the minute is completely online.
Right.
Band rehearsals. A lot of people are doing their kind of home studio stuff. There's a lot of home studio vibe going on, which means people sending and sharing ideas. TikTok, people doing duets, weird bass and drum TikTok duets and stuff. And there's some really interesting stuff going on in that respect. So I honestly think if you're a working musician now, you need to be thinking about, have you got a home studio? You need to start building one, or getting the gear so you can work at home.
Yeah.
Because I think even though rehearsals, obviously you need to have rehearsals, but I think a lot of rehearsals will be able to be mitigated with just sharing ideas and being able to record well, and just be able to send a couple of takes to a drummer or whoever you need to do, and then you can create a rehearsed kind of idea piece, and then go into a rehearsal and be like, well guys, you've all sent us recordings, we all know we can kind of play, we've got the ideas together, let's just bash it out in one rehearsal. And I imagine what some of the best guys, they're doing that now. But as for actual work, I don't know, I still think people are still going to be fighting for at least till September, and only then, because I've not had any inquiries in. September I think is the earliest when we'll start seeing bookings and stuff come in. I think January, and January is generally quite dry, so maybe March next year is when I kind of really see the gig scene coming back around.
How do you
I don't know, what are your thoughts?
I kind of been discussing this with my drummer and sort of thinking, this is maybe a time where some bands, might, sort of part ways because it's too difficult to get through it. Maybe some bands would definitely start during this time or the end of it. Bands are going to start coming together. Musicians who are hungry for work, been practicing all however long it is, and just want to get something together. And then the other bands that are still going through it. I guess I'm kind of thinking like there will be an influx of it, because at the moment, British people, English people don't seem to be doing that well stuck inside, and it feels like if it's summer when it all kicks off, everyone's gonna be like beer gardens, venues, parties, let's go, and then it could just be like massive bunch of bookings.
I don't know, just working in schools though, and I already know some schools are shut for September, so I know August might, but like I said, I always, for some reason, my band's always kind of misses peak moments. So like August is quite quiet, but September could be really busy for us gigs-wise. But I my prediction would be September would be if we are out and people are wanting that whole beer garden weather pie. September's for me is probably where my gigs will be.
I think that's a good shout. Because some of the stuff we had for May is being rescheduled to September, so it seems like the kind of month it's going to be. But
I want to really get into Facebook adverts soon. Like, it's so cheap to, you pay a couple of quid just for someone who's, let's say if I'm targeting the Alchemists, someone who's kind of middle-aged, wants a bit of a swing or a quirky party, and then you just throw in all the stuff they're used to hearing. bit of Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive in a swing. Like,
yeah, man, quality. Yeah, I saw that just before we came on. I was like looking at your videos and stuff. It's quality, man.
But but there's so many jazz swing bands now. We just don't get as much work as we used to.
Yeah.
But I think niche is more important. I think if
that's what I think as well. I do agree.
I need to talk to I will talk to the bands, the new band at some point. Like having maybe 2 or 3 different bands with 2 or 3 different niches is probably a way to go in the future.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Good shout.
Because
so go on.
But
yeah,
no, that's kind of where my check shot ended.
Yeah.
But I think like as well, if you want to market a band in terms of ad spend and stuff like that, like I find it a lot easier to spend on Google AdWords a lot less money if you try and buy words or terms such as like just function band, you're paying a good few pound a clip. However, vintage band or vintage swing, very niche search terms, you're paying a lot less money.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Which if you are having niche bands, and if you have 3-4 niche bands in certain areas, I think you'd limit ad spend massively. But that's my thought there. Like, it's now putting that into practice.
Yeah.
Take my own advice.
That's it, man. Yeah, but Google AdWords, it did work really well. But then it's just keeping up with the costs and stuff like that, isn't it? When you're trying to do other stuff at the same time. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I didn't carry on Google AdWords. I mean, I remember, I had loads of time. Like, I was doing a contract abroad, and obviously I had all the time of the day just to be sitting there studying it. And then I only spent about 300 quid, and then I must have got 4 gigs out of it, 5 gigs.
Yeah.
Like, it was a good return on my money.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's the thing. I think with social media, there was one point where I was posting. I was posting on Instagram every day at one point, and the whole Gary Vee thing. It's just like make content, put it everywhere, and that's one thing I did learn, which was you just make content. Like YouTube, I tried to make content for Instagram. Like I've slowed down way now, but like I'm gonna try and get back into it. But I find like social media.
My questions and arguments with that is. Like I love Gary Vee. Like got a lot of time. Like he's
got some good knowledge.
Inspirational character. But I find just calling people, nagging people. Goes a long way. But then again, he says like DM people, message people, and when I've messaged like event planners, I've messaged like 200 event planners, still get nothing. But that 200 at first, you'll get a couple of gigs out of them. And I think my argument is it more productive for a function band to go and message the event planners more than actually just creating content, even though creating content's good for any business or brand.
You know what he'd say though? He'd say do both.
Just do both, but I mean...
But I think
it's picking what.
I just find with creating content on every platform, like I've never done Twitter, but I've made my Facebook or our band's Facebook page go directly to Twitter, so whatever posts on there, post it straight to Twitter. It's probably not the best way to do it, but whatever. But I have had inquiries from every different social media platform, and it's literally someone contacted me from Twitter, and then messaged me through Instagram and said, "Oh, I found you through Twitter because I hashtag party bands." Like after I asked them, "How did you find us?" So I was like, "Oh, like this shit does work." Like it's almost like
that's good because like I abandoned our Twitter a long time ago.
I think
just to do the repost is probably really important, and that's probably something I'm going to do straight away.
I would say that at least, and the thing is, on Instagram you can do that, like click the button and it reposts to Twitter and Facebook, so you don't even need to go on those like platforms. If you didn't want to, or whatever. And then you got a website, and then YouTube as much as possible. Obviously, YouTube's probably the biggest one for bands because it's like a visual representation of what you're offering.
I'm gonna toy with the adverts as well because the
pre-roll
Google AdWords runs the same way. You do the same, but then you just play a YouTube video of your band.
Yeah,
which I think
there's
a lot of money that I'm laying out on the table and missing out on by not doing that yet.
I have seen a band pop up once actually while I was watching the YouTube video. It popped up and it was just a function band advert, and I was like, oh, it's like the first one I've seen. So someone out there's doing it. But it's just got to try it and see what happens with it.
Yeah.
But
I'll have to have a gander at your YouTube.
Yeah,
I mean, I think my Instagram is probably the best out of all the platforms that we've got.
With Instagram, are you trying to be more like, because obviously Instagram started as like a photography platform, and it's very I mean, I guess the biggest profiles on there, unless you're a celebrity or something, are the most beautiful, laid out and stuff. But again, someone like Gary Vee says, like, don't think about it too much like an art collection. Think about it as just creating valuable content. So someone who's going to come on there, if they're interested in your band or something like that. Like, I've had clients that I've played for, when I actually meet them on the day, they've said, oh yeah, we've been following you, and like, I was doing stories or some shit like that. Like, this is when I was posting a lot and just trying to make as much content. Like, you have to be creative when you're not fucking playing gigs all the time, like you got to find ways of being creative. So but I have had comments on that before in the past of like, oh, we're following your stories, and like they enjoy following you because you're sort of doing something creative, I guess.
I find it get more with that on my personal Instagram as a drummer, like just for debt work and stuff. That's what I find. Like I'm obviously curious about TikTok. You probably know about TikTok. That's quite scary, the amount of people who get likes and shares and that sort of thing. I think TikTok's a new avenue in terms of being creative. But my Instagram has always been like, I think I remember you doing loads of abroad stuff. You were in Italy, I think, for a bit.
Last year, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and obviously you were posting stories and stuff. And,
that was a great opportunity, man. Yeah, that was great.
I bet it was mint.
It was quality, man. It was a long drive. It was a long ass drive. Yeah, it was good.
But posting it and staying on it like that, so important.
Yeah, it takes a lot of effort, but don't know. What else are you gonna do? What else can you do? All right, man. Well, that's been an hour. I won't take up any more of your time, but it's been awesome chatting to you, man.
It was good fun.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's real good.
There's a lot of thinking I've done there. Like, there's a lot of reflection, and obviously you put some points in there. And I mean, I've definitely followed you for like the last couple of years, I think.
Yeah, man. Cool.
You're doing some good work yourself.
Cheers, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I hope you get through the COVID-19 all right. Anyway, man.
Yeah, man. Me too.
All right.
I've got a piano here anyway.
There you go, man. That's it. Practice, man. All right, man. Take it easy. I'll speak to you soon, bro.
See you later, man.
If you guys found this video helpful, I really appreciate you subscribing. I'm trying to put out a video every single day on topics like this that can help you guys either build a function band, improve your function band, or just teach you some things about the music industry in general as a working professional musician. I'll leave it at that, guys. Take care. Penthouse5. Go check us out and take it easy. See you on the next one.